Magandang hapon po sa ating pong mga kababayan dito po sa lalawigan ng Cagayan. Narito po tayong muli para sa isa na namang episode ng Buhay na Aklat, the CPLRC Human Library. At ngayong hapon po ay pag-uusapan naman natin ang buhay ng isang nurse. Alam naman po natin mga kababayan na ang pagiging nurse ay isang profession, and more than a profession, it's a way of life and it's actually a life. So mamaya po sa ating pong pag-uusap, meron po tayong makakadaupang palad, ang isa pong bisita natin ngayong araw. Mamaya po makikilala po natin siya at antabayanan po ninyo sa aming pagbabalik ang mga karanasan, ang mga nagawa pong mga sakripisyo nito pong ating pong panauhin. Sa pagbabalik po namin, antabayanan po ninyo.
The Cagayan Provincial Learning and Resource Center welcomes you to the preview of the CPLRC website. The objective of this website is to make our services reachable beyond boundaries. The newsfeed section will serve as a news column of the CPLRC. The programs section, as seen in this homepage, serves as a portal to view some of the major programs of the CPLRC, which will be directed to the gallery section. The gallery section of the website exhibits photos of the programs initiated by the CPLRC. The CPLRC website features an e-resources portal which consists of 6 databases. You may visit our CPLRC page to request for an access, or you may contact us at our Elvira Messenger account. The online programs section of the website exhibits all episodes of the Children's Show and Human Library of the CPLRC. You may contact us in this section and expect a response within 24 hours. Please visit cplrc.org to know more about our website. Thank you for watching.
At ngayon pong hapon, sabi ko nga po sa inyo kanina, no, babalikan natin yung ating pong bisita at mas higit po natin siyang makikilala sa kanyang kwento. Yung kwento ng kanyang buhay, yung kwento po ng kanyang profesyon at yung kanyang pong mga pinagdaanan. So, magandang hapon sa inyong lahat. Narito po ang ating pong guest ngayong hapon. Wala pong iba, si Ma'am Oli Bacling Gonzales. Ma'am, magandang hapon po. Maari po ba ninyong ipakilala ang inyo pong sarili sa ating pong tagapakinig at taga-subaybay dito po sa ating Buhay na Aklat, the CPLRC Human Library. Ma'am, magpakilala po tayo sa ating pong mga tagapakinig at tagapanood.
Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Ako po si Olivia Sullivan Bacling Gonzales ng Gonzaga, Cagayan. I was born October 3. I have 2 kids.
Opo.
A girl and a boy, but my son went back to heaven at the age of 10. So, of course, I'm a Roman Catholic.
Opo.
We are 9 siblings, 9 girls.
Opo.
So, my father, the late Mayor Francisco T. Bacling of Gonzaga. And my mother is Rebecca Molina Sullivan.
So lahat po kumbaga yung pinanggalingan po ninyo is sa Gonzaga po talaga.
Yeah, the roots is Ilocos actually.
Okay.
Bacling is Ilocos. And then Buhay, Sullivan, Molina, Santo Domingo, Ilocos Sur, Gonzaga. I was born in Gonzaga.
Opo. Ngayon ma'am, balikan lang natin para mas makilala ka pa namin ng sabihin na natin siguro doon po sa inyong kabataan. Punta muna tayo sa inyong kabataan. Ma'am, kumusta po kayo ng bata kayo? Ano po bang klaseng buhay meron kayo noon? I mean, kayo po ba ay makulit na bata o seryosong bata? Ano po ba kayo noon, ma'am?
Nung bata ako, that's why they call me until now model.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's my pseudonym until now. So parang sanay ako when they call me model.
Model.
Kasi
prim and proper.
Prim and proper.
Okay.
Mabait na bata.
Mm-hmm.
Mahiyain.
Mahiyain, yan. Opo. Pero normal naman po na, kumbaga, nakikipaglaro din po kayo sa mga friends ninyo.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oo. I play with them. I enjoy with the company of my classmates, my cousins, and of course, my sisters. We are 9 girls.
Okay. So, malaking pamilya po itong family ninyo,
Yeah.
no? So, how was it, ma'am, na growing up with a big family? Si father and si mother po ba ay mga disciplinarian o mga cool din sila?
Yeah, disciplinary. Actually, my father was a Philippine scout
Okay.
based
Opo.
at Okinawa, Japan. So, he's very disciplinary father. The wind beneath our wings because
Opo.
he's the only male in the family.
Lahat po kayo, puro
Lahat ng
mga babae.
That's
Opo.
why we are disciplined.
Mhm.
Pag may lumigaw nga, tinatago namin. So, it's okay.
So, ma'am, speaking of ligaw, ano bang mga kailan ba kayo unang niligawan? Yan. Alam ko po maraming nag-aantabay diyan, ano.
Well, we call it the childhood sweetheart like
Opo.
that. So, pero no serious.
Okay.
4th year, may mga young naman dyan. Pero maybe 3rd year, 4th year college.
Okay po. So, that's the usual po kasi, no? Usually, pagka mga ganyang edad, andyan talaga yung
Oh, yeah.
may mga crush, ganyan. So, si model, no, ay, kumbaga sabihin na po nating dumaan din sa ganun. So, ibig pong sabihin, si ma'am po, kahit model siya, normal din, nakabataan katulad din po ng karamihan sa atin. Yan. Opo. So, ma'am, punta naman tayo dito sa, syempre, nag-aral po kayo, no? So, kumusta po yung buhay ninyo ng estudyante kayo? Dahil you belong to a big family, ano po ba yung naging karanasan ninyo? Ano ba yung mga masasayang alaala ninyo na worth sharing sa ating pong mga nanonood?
Well, kami magkakapatid, we are very close. The eldest, I'm the 4th to the eldest.
Opo.
So, as I said, babae kami lahat. We share our experiences. We learn every day through interactions and, of course, with our peers, with our relatives. Actually, ako yung pinakaitim sa amin eh.
Oo.
Yeah, that's why I always, parang inaano ako. Because the Molina sides are also,
Tsaka mga mestiza siguro, ma'am.
So
Opo.
ako yung kayumanggi, I get the complexion of my father.
Okay.
Pag ini-introduce na ako sa mga ibang kaibigan, dahil titikapugutan ng anak ko. So it's okay for me.
Yeah.
Because ako talaga yung kayumanggi, no?
Yes,
If
yes.
somebody will tell me now, ang puti, halika, i-Jollibee kita.
Okay.
It's okay. It did not affect me.
Opo.
But it's a challenge, so I tried my best.
Opo. Sa mga nakikinig po, ma'am, para lang maintindihan nila kasi alam ko po may mga foreign viewers po tayo ngayon nasa ibang bansa. Yung or mga hindi rin po Ilocano, no? Yung sinasabi po ni ma'am na siya yung kapugutan. Pugot means maitim, no? Para po maintindihan po ninyo. So, along the way, ma'am, so ganun, that's how they introduce you, ano? And sa inyo, sabi nyo nga, hindi naman yun naging, kumbaga, masama yung loob ninyo.
No, it's okay.
Yeah. Opo. So, ibig pong sabihin, nung mga panahong yun, pagka kayo po ay ni-introduce na ganun, it's just a normal thing.
It's a normal.
Opo. So, ngayon ma'am, punta tayo dun sa, paano naman kayo bilang estudyante? May favorite teacher po ba kayo? O meron ba kayong mga embarrassing moments? Or siguro mga memorable moments nung kayo po ay nag-aaral, especially sa elementary muna, ma'am? Sige po.
Elementary. I don't remember any embarrassing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kasi model po kayo, ma'am.
But I play with them.
Okay.
And then, when I was in high school, I was supposed to study in St. Paul because my sister studied at St. Paul. That was exclusive before.
Oh, for girls.
Yeah.
Opo.
Since my eating pattern, I just eat until now.
Opo.
I carried that eating pattern. So my father told me, you rather study in Gonzaga. St. Anthony's Academy of Gonzaga.
Of Gonzaga. Opo.
Kasi when I attend Mass, I think 3 times ako nag-faint because I don't take much of my food.
Okay.
So until now, it carries. That's why people will say, everything's under control, nagda-diet. No, this is my eating pattern.
Okay po.
That's where at Capitol, naku, tataba ko dyan.
Oo, kasi sa Kapitolyo po, lagi may kainan,
Yeah.
ganyan, no?
Thank
Especially every Monday, no? Where all of us are, kumbaga, nabibigyan po ng pagkakataon para to have some, yung mga niluluto po, yung
Yeah.
soup, ano ba yun? Arroz caldo and others. So,
Generous.
yes, ma'am, opo. So, yan po, ma'am, no? Nung high school and college naman, ma'am, how was your life being a student ng high
when I
school
was-
and college po?
Yeah. So when I enrolled college in Manila, because there's only St. Paul University before.
Opo.
Not yet university.
Yes, college.
no?
Yes,
Oo.
opo.
So, I went to Philippine Women's University, that is exclusive, first Asian exclusive university in Asia.
In Asia, yes, yes po.
So, everything is normal for me because that is exclusive. So, we have a subject, moral, social education. So, we also enrolled at the Carilagan School of Fashion, the personality development. Then I have a lot of friends. And I have a special friend from Mindanao because this friend isolated. Nobody dared to be friends with her because of the communication gap.
Okay.
So I learned Tausug, I learned Maranao, just to talk. She's a good friend.
Yes, ma'am.
Until now, we communicate. It's now at the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia.
Okay.
My favorite subject is Spanish. So it just happened, my prof before is an old maid, Ma'am Taginod of Tuguegarao. In fact, I belong to the hardest curriculum, the 5-year course. There are only 9 universities before, so I was able to make it straight, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, the Philippine Women's University. 5 years, and then those are battery tests every sem. Then those unfortunately cannot make it. They are transferred to the School of Nursing.
Okay.
So when they graduate, they're only considered graduate nurse, not a Bachelor of Science in Nursing. So after graduation, 5 years, they have to enroll to BSN Supplemental.
Okay.
That's 2 years. So nursing before, including the BSN Supplemental, is 7. In fact, we are the #1 in Asia when it
Okay.
comes to education, when it comes to nursing.
Nursing. Yes, ma'am.
We have the height qualifications, 5'2" and up. Physically, mentally, I think every course should have that. You know?
Yeah, yes.
Physically, mentally, emotionally, single. We are all girls because nursing profession is a feminine.
Okay.
It's a female.
That's the traditional.
Yeah, nurture.
Yes.
You have to nurture or breastfeed your baby.
Okay.
But when the foreign countries, particularly the US, they found out that male nurses are really needed because of the body mechanics.
Okay.
So a nurse, Filipino nurse, you
Yeah.
cannot do body mechanics with the body built of that.
Okay.
Of the Americans.
So doon po nangailangan. They saw the need for that
Male.
particular, yes, for male.
For male.
So sa mga nanonood po, no, makikita natin yung history, no? Ito na, dinidiscuss po sa atin yung history ng nursing profession in the Philippines na dumating pa tayo pala sa punto na we are the best in
Yeah.
Asia, di ba? So
Number 1.
si Ma'am is a living testimony, of how efficient and how effective our nursing schools in the Philippines was before, no? So, yun ma'am, nung ano po, along the way, have you, kasi looking at yung kwento po ninyo, yung pagiging model ninyo nung elementary and nung bata kayo, mas the more na naging ano po, no? Mas naging, mas na-mold siya because of the schools kung saan kayo pumasok. So, kaya hindi po kami magtataka siguro sa mga makakakilala kay ma'am, no? Na talagang prim and proper siya. In fact, may mga, ma'am, imamarites ko lang, no? May mga empleyado sa Kapitolyo na talagang hangang-hanga sa inyo yung pagka-prim and proper ninyo, yung paggalaw ninyo, parang lahat nakakakumpas. Anyway, so at least po, no, makikita po natin kung paano yung pinagdaanan, no, ng isang estudyante ng nursing noon. And siguro po sa mga nanonood ngayon, baka may kumukuha po sa inyo ng BS Nursing, at least mako-compare ninyo. Because sometimes, kung wala po tayong naririnig na experiences in the past, minsan mas dumadami yung yung pagko-complain natin. But hindi natin alam, baka yung pinagdaanan pala before, mas mahirap, ma'am, di ba? So, yan po, ang ganda, no? Punta tayo sa another tanong, no? Definitely, ma'am, yung pagiging nurse mo ay maaari sigurong merong nag-impluwensya ba sa'yo nito? O it was your own volition to take up nursing?
Actually, there are 2 sisters who are nurses.
Okay po.
So, my ambition before is to take up foreign service. Because I have an uncle who is a foreign service, assigned to different countries as the Consul General.
So gusto
maybe I like it.
Yeah, gusto nyong ma'am, no,
country
mamasyal.
hopping.
Yeah.
So,
Opo.
my father encouraged me. Anak, you have the qualities to become a good nurse. Kasi mabait, masipag. So I followed the dictate of my father until I learned to love nursing.
Okay.
And nursing is a destiny. So I learned to love it. To become a nurse, you should be physically, psychologically, emotionally, spiritually.
Okay.
And you should have the qualities to be, we call it, there are 5 qualities, most important.
Opo.
A nurse should be courteous, compassionate, caring, communicator,
Okay.
and clean.
Clean.
Clean, not only physically, but in mind, in action, environment, and everything. Your words.
Opo.
So we carry the uniform. It tells perpetual, clean.
Yeah. Sa mga nanonood po, ako rin, when I was a young boy, tinatanong ko, ba't kaya puti? No? Ba't kaya puti? But ngayon po na naririnig natin kay ma'am, what does it mean by, ano ang symbolism? Because all of us, no, madalas, we use symbolism. So ngayon, naiintindihan na po natin, why white?
Yeah, and nurse is the only profession with a crown because of the cap, no?
Okay.
So somebody joked me, dalawa, yung the chef.
The chef.
The chef is an occupation, it's not a profession, no?
Yes,
So
yes.
that's why I always require nurses at Cagayan Valley Medical Center to wear the cap so that they can be identified, the integrity of a nurse, nandyan.
Opo.
Kasi sometimes they are blamed because all in white. So a nurse can be identified through the cap. And I always teach them, the cap should be there. Kahit malayo ka. Hindi yung, that's why you observe all nurses, we tie up our hair.
Opo.
Because the cap will rest there para makita sa, yung iba kasi para accessory dito lang. So I have to correct them dito para nakikita yung cap.
Okay. Yan po sa ating mga manonood, especially yung mga nursing students dyan. You have to listen because lahat ng ginagawa pala, lahat ng all the things na nilalagay sa ating katawan, especially when you are a nurse, has a meaning. No? And it signifies a message. Yung binabanggit po kanina ni Ma'am, no? Ni Ma'am Olive, ano ba talaga, what are the qualifications or what are supposed to be the characteristics of a nurse. O, nabanggit na po niya. It should be clean. Ano pa yun, ma'am?
Courteous.
O, courteous.
Communicator.
O, courteous. Communicator. Di ba?
Caring, compassionate.
O, importante po, lalo na yung caring. No? Because from the term itself, nurse, pag sinabi mo kasing nurse,
Care.
talagang may care, may love, may compassion. No? So, yan po, no? Intro pa lang po yan, mga kababayan natin dito sa Cagayan. Ano? Sa ating pong pagbabalik, mas titingnan po natin o mas hahalukayin pa natin, no, ang kwento sa isang buhay ng isang nurse sa pagtatrabaho nila sa hospital man yan, sa clinic man yan, or sa rural health center man yan. Makikita po natin yan sa amin pong pagbabalik. Antabayanan niyo po kami.
Ang programang ito ay hatid sa inyo ng Cagayan Provincial Learning and Resource Center. Study tips ni Gov. Mamba. Huwag mag-rely sa Google, magtanong sa librarian. Maaring ang mga impormasyon makukuha sa Google o Internet ay hindi reliable. Mas maigi pa rin na magtanong o humingi ng tulong sa isang information specialist o librarian at silang mag-process ng mga information needs mo.
At ngayon po sa ating pagbabalik ay tutunghayan po natin yung karugtong ng mga kwento, no, ng ating pong panauhin ngayon. At siguro ma'am, dadako na tayo sa tanong na after graduation, kasi kanina napag-usapan natin yung elementary, high school, and college mo. Now, nung graduate po kayo, paano naman po kayo nakapag-umpisa ng trabaho? Saan po muna kayo nag-work until hanggang po ngayon? Kung yung sa sitwasyon nyo po.
When I became a registered nurse, may program noon sa DOH na all graduates before releasing the board exam, you should render 6 months rural health practice in the different RHUs.
Okay.
So we have to go to DOH and it's a draw lots where you will be thrown or you'll be assigned.
Assigned, yes po.
So we were assigned to rural health units, and then we only received 300 stipend. But
For a month,
a
ma'am?
month.
For a
But
month.
300 before is thousands now.
Yes,
ano?
opo.
So we enjoy and we establish our network of friends. We were adopted in a province like that.
Opo.
So yun ang buhay ng nurse before. You have to render 6 months, ano? But
Okay.
now, wala na eh. So I wish they could be, and I wish ibalik nila yung 5-year course.
Oh.
Ng,
Because nursing before, ma'am, was 5-year
5.
course. Okay? Not 4 years.
4 years, bumalik na lang 1980s.
Okay.
So that's why we belong to the 5-year course. If they cannot make it, that's why I mentioned battery test. So those who are not qualified the battery test have to go to the School of Nursing.
Okay.
That's why we call it graduate nurse when they graduate, GN. Whereas university, BSN.
Yes.
So those GN, if you are not BSN, you are until staff nurse only.
Okay.
But the government or the Board of Nursing, PRC, make it a supplemental. Those who are not able to make it in the university, they enroll to university and they have to take 2-year BSN supplemental.
Oh.
So 7 years.
7 years.
Oo.
Oh.
So
Ayan, ano?
the exposure before, the skills talagang mas
Oo.
matindi.
Mas matindi because nakikita mo talaga yung practice, ma'am, no?
At saka the board exam before is hindi,
ABC.
hindi ABC. There's essay.
Okay.
Essay.
To explain
Yeah.
the process and
That's
all
right.
the nitty-gritty of how to take care of patients.
So
ma'am, no?
essay, so select the best. It seems everything is best. But you have a critical thinking for that, you know? So, and then essay, 60%. So ngayon, you can just plug in there.
Opo. So, saan kayo, ma'am? Balik tayo. Saan kayo unang nagtrabaho?
Yeah. So, of course, initially, this rural health
Sa rural, opo.
Because of
Yes.
this 6 months program of the DOH. So after that, they released the board exam. You have to practice muna the rural health. Ano?
Okay.
Oo. Then, when I make it as registered nurse, of course, I went into Department of National Defense. So, I was then
So
confident.
that was in Manila, ma'am?
Yan, Camp Aguinaldo.
Okay, Camp Aguinaldo.
Oo, yeah.
Okay.
And then, of course,
As a nurse
as a nurse,
in that department? Okay.
confidential assistant also.
Okay.
As a nurse, so nurse evac. Like that. So after that, I also joined the family business.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
And then, I also a clinical instructor, part-time of different colleges of nursing.
In Manila,
In Manila.
also. Okay.
So, to be qualified as a reviewer, I've been a reviewer also. So, and to midwifery, to be qualified to be a reviewer, you should pass the registered midwife.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
So, I thought all the while, being a nurse, it will be easier for us, for the board exam of midwifery. It's harder, no?
It's harder.
Because more on OB, obstetrics,
Okay.
and infants. So, anyway, I make it as a registered midwife also. I'm a registered nurse, I'm a registered midwife, being reviewer.
Opo.
But you have to complete the requirements. 20 actual delivery, 20 assist.
Okay.
So, this is the one that you submit to PRC to qualify you to take the board exam.
Oh, so mahirap din po pala,
Oo.
no? Hindi ka, akala po natin mag-aral ka lang ng midwifery and then pwede kang you take the board exam. But
Yeah.
may practical
Marami,
pala, ma'am, no?
Marami,
Okay.
marami. These are the requirements.
Opo.
That's why I always ask midwives. Sabi nila, midwife lang yan. No, don't tell midwife lang yan. Why do midwife, a 2-year course, take a board exam? That's my question. So, bakit yung mga 4-year course, 5-year course, hindi, walang board exam, civil service.
Yes.
So, because we are dealing with lives.
Correct. Tama po.
So, they are dealing with the mother and the baby. That's why the Board of Examiner of the Midwifery Board, doctor, obstetrics, hindi
mga
yung
OB
board.
talaga, ma'am,
oo,
no?
Hindi like nursing, the Board of Nurses are nurses also. So, I'm a registered nurse, registered midwife. So, I went into clinical, so I took up the Masters of Science in Nursing. And then I went into administrative, so I took up the Masters of Administrative in Nursing, Administration in Nursing. Then I went into DPA. I was able to finish the academic requirements. But of course, the dissertation, it takes a lot.
So, ibig sabihin po, ma'am, yung pong inyong experience, no? Pinapakita ni ma'am po sa atin yung iba-ibang aspeto ng pagiging nurse, no? So to speak. Kasi hindi po pala porke nurse ka, isa lang yung field mo.
Field, oo.
Yes, ma'am. So ano yung mga field ba, ma'am, ng sa nursing?
Yeah. There are people who wants to continue. It's a learning process. Education is a daily, is a learning process. Ano? Improve every day. So I even applied for the fellow of Association of Nursing Service Administrators of the Philippines. So we call it DMF, FANSA. So, modestly aside, in your name, parang yung minsan pahaba at
Oh, pahabaan. Kama. Ganun
Oo,
lang, no?
mga
Kama.
ganyan.
A, B, C, D. Oh, ganyan.
MSN,
MSN.
MAN,
DPA,
FANSA.
PhD, mga
Oo,
ganyan, ma'am.
Mga ganun yan. Pero,
Opo.
yung iba naman, bakit naman siya ganyan? So, it tells naman, it's how you go for your professional growth. It's a career path. You know?
Yes, ma'am.
So, continue studying and then this will help you a lot. You know? So, after that, as a clinician, clinical instructor, reviewer also. So, I want to serve Region 2, to That's why I came home.
So from the Department of National Defense,
So I've been a part-time also
yes, part-time,
in
yes ma'am, in different
College
universities,
of
colleges and
Nursing.
universities.
Yeah.
And then you decided to settle back
Yeah.
in Region 2.
You know, it's my son died.
Mhm.
Yeah, at the age of 10. That's right. I brought his body in Gonzaga beside my father.
Mm.
So that's the time being the mother, of course.
Yes ma'am. One of the
House.
hardest, no?
Yeah, that's the hardest. No words can explain. Ano?
Yeah. Kasi supposed to be, ang tendency po, ang sinasabi nila, it should always be the parents who, the
Mauna.
children who should bury their parents.
Yeah.
But itong sitwasyon na ganito, kakaiba talaga.
That's the
ma'am.
hardest thing.
Yeah.
So if you don't have strong faith, talagang bibigay ka talaga, ano?
Mhm.
But prayer is so powerful. So the spiritual aspect, I have a lot of spiritual advices before.
Mhm.
So faith is really
Just to keep the faith burning,
Yeah,
despite all the odds, despite all the, sabihin na nating tragedy, no, sa buhay. Well, kailangan talaga po natin 'yon bilang tao.
Though I'm a reviewer for psychiatry,
Mm.
kahit doctorate ka psychiatry, whatever, no? Kahit
Pag dumating
ikaw
yun,
ang
no?
pinaka, ano dyan,
Pag dumating 'yon,
ay naku,
nobody is prepared, sabi nga nila.
no words can explain. Opo. So I came home, I brought the body of my son beside my father in Gonzaga.
Mm.
Then, how can I start again? Then I went back to Manila. Then here comes an offer, medical colleges. So Dr. Ronald Guzman and Ma'am Wilma are very good family friends.
Mhm.
And to make myself busy,
Opo.
they invited me to be
Part of the
reviewer.
team. Yes, ma'am. Opo.
Part of the team. So
Mm.
then I applied at the Department of Health
Mhm.
as a Health Education Promotion Officer. So fortunately, I was able to make it. Then I was promoted as Regional Supervisor, Nurse Supervisor. Then here comes the opportunity.
Another
CBMC.
opportunity ulit, ma'am.
Yeah,
Oo.
another opportunity.
So, ibig sabihin talaga, well, sabihin na natin, it's not only about luck. This is
Yeah.
not about luck, but it's more about your credibility din eh.
Yes.
Di ba, ma'am?
You should have a good foundation
Correct.
also.
Oo.
You should know everything like this particular position. So, the Cagayan Valley Medical Center opened up this vacancy. So, the chief nurse. So, I tried my luck. Every time I pass by CBMC, one day I will be there. So,
Oh.
psychologically, there's
Yes,
effect,
yes.
you know. There's
Oo,
effect.
tama po.
Every time, dadaan ako sa CBMC, yan ako.
Tama
See
po
you
yun.
soon. Yung sinasabi ko sa sarili ko
Yes,
na. ano.
yes.
So, thank God, I was able to make it. 2 years in the making. 2 years in the making ang chief nurse. So,
Okay.
at DOH, if you are a division chief, the SPPB, we call it the local SPPB in the institution, the only representative there is the chair. You should invite other retained hospitals to interview. Until Lung Center Specialty Hospital came over to interview. You know the requirements that I prepared? It's like this. Every panel, they have to report. So I thought it's a final interview, but andyan pa pala lahat na yung interview. So of course, the appointing officer. Andyan si Dr. Aklat before, no? So I joined CBMC 2010.
Okay. As
Chief nurse.
chief nurse na siya, ma'am. Opo.
Kasi it's a promotion eh. Since CBMC is also DOH. That's why we call them retained hospitals. DOH retained. Since the devolved 2001,
Opo.
yeah, na-devolve eh. So all district RHs before and all hospitals are under DOH.
Mhm.
So since devolved, like the district and provincial are under the provincial government.
Opo.
The LGU, the RHUs. You know. So the retained hospitals in Region 2, this is the Cagayan Valley Medical Center, this is the Entreferral Hospital of Region 2, including Kalinga Apayao, because we are dealing with lives.
Mhm.
Instead of Baguio General to go up there,
Dito na.
dito na, kasi
Mas
lives yan
malapit. Yes,
Mm.
ma'am.
So we have the Southern Isabela General Hospital in Santiago.
Mhm.
Now, Southern Isabela Medical Center.
SMCC.
Mm-mm.
Yes, ma'am.
SIMC.
SIMC.
So
yes.
we have the Veterans Regional Hospital, now Region 2 Trauma Medical Center. We have the Batanes General Hospital. So
Opo.
these are the DOS retained hospital in Region 2. So luckily, as I said, I always thank the Lord in all the blessings.
Mhm.
So,
Ma'am, and passing lang, kasi nabanggit po ninyo, you were the chief nurse sa CVMC. And banggitin ko lang din ito because I think this is a way by which you can also explain, ma'am, yung inyong side. Kasi nga, yung kanina when we were discussing with ma'am po, napag-usapan namin yung bang common notion of many about the nurses. No, hindi naman po lahat, pero I just do not know, baka lang siguro yung nagsabi before was somebody na narinig ng marami. So, karamihan po kasi ang sinasabi, ma'am, is masusungit daw ang mga nurse. Ito siguro, this is the right time, no, for us to listen from the very mouth of the chief nurse ng CVMC. Oo, sabi nila, ang susungit nila, imbis na ganito. But, well, of course, hindi naman po magiging ganun ang setup. Hindi naman magiging ganun ang reaction of our nurses there na walang pinanggagalingan. So, siguro, matanong ko lang, ma'am, on that aspect, no? Ano ba yung usual na nangyayari? Bakit dumarating tayo sa ganong nagsusungit ang nurse?
Oh,
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead po.
yeah, I'm sorry to hear that comment. Though it's a perennial, I
Common
think
observation,
yeah,
yes,
it's a common
opo.
observation to all the hospitals. But I always advise or I always emphasize to nurses,
Mhm.
compassionate,
Opo.
empathy.
Mhm.
So, put yourself in the shoes of others. So, yung sungit na yan, so, sabi ko, everything is under control.
Yes.
Maximum tolerance.
Tolerance.
Because it's our bread and butter.
Correct.
Bread and butter. Ba't ka magsusungit? You are paid by the tax of the people.
Correct, ma'am.
So far, there are, the personal differences.
Tama, ma'am.
There are also people who can change their attitude. But for me, I always consider the attitude as the number one factor.
Yes, ma'am.
So skills and the knowledge can be
Yeah.
enhanced.
It can be acquired anytime. Yes, ma'am.
It can be acquired anytime. But we are, as a leader, we are change agent.
Tama, ma'am. Parang kami din, ma'am, no? Pag sinabi mong library, ako masungit din yan.
Oo.
No? Di ba, ma'am? On Miss Tapia, yung naka-eyeglass, na
Yeah.
masungit, na nakapungos yung buhok.
May
That was,
identity.
yes, ma'am. That was the yung tinatawag nating stereotyping.
Yeah, stereotyping.
Oo. And the same manner as,
Oo.
hindi lang naman po siguro sa nurse, ma'am.
Mm-mm.
Even other professions,
Yeah,
I believe.
But there
Opo.
are also nurses na, by and by, we can change them.
Yes, opo.
So we try to explain to them, remember, this is our bread and butter.
Correct.
You treat people, there's equity.
Tama, ma'am.
So the attitude can be improved.
So, ang sinasabi po ni ma'am sa atin, it's more of, sometimes reminding our colleagues in the profession because whether we like it or not, tao po tayo, nasasaktan, nagagalit, di ba, ma'am?
Yeah.
Normal po yun. But along the way, it's how we react to situations that defines us. Kasi,
Actually, when we did the root cause analysis, kasi every
Opo.
problem we have the root cause analysis.
Opo.
Okay. We have the incident report.
opo.
If somebody report, sabi ko, complete name.
Mhm.
The ID, ang laki-laki na ID eh. So kahit mali yung
Name
family
niya.
name.
Opo.
Kasi if none, you have to check what shift who are the nurses during that shift.
Yes.
So it's a process. Ano, it's
Baka
a-
mamaya, ma'am, makamarites lang din yan dahil galit siya doon sa
Yeah.
di ba, ma'am?
That's why we
O,
have
posible.
the
Yes.
incident report.
Opo.
So sometimes I'm afraid of submitting this incident report, but you know that IR, that explains your side
Correct.
so that we know the sequence, what happened. And number one, now we learn about the masungit,
Mm.
the bulk of patients. Ano? But this is our work. Sabi ko,
Yes.
the bulk of patients. Sometimes, the patient watchers, significant others, we call them medyo demanding.
Yeah.
So sabi ko, CBMC is a DOH hospital. You expect flock of patients because especially we have the Malasakit Center.
Opo.
So no balance billing. We have the source of fund like the PCSO.
Mm.
Andyan ang SWD, PAGCOR, the MAIP, the Medical Assistance
Yes.
for Indigent Patients.
So, makikita mo.
Maano
Oo, ma'am.
sila sa, sabi ko, yung siguro, yung ano na lang, that's why we have a program also, team building.
Possibly, ma'am, because of the expectation.
Mm-mm.
From that, itong hospital na ito ay ganito dapat yung
referral.
serbisyo niya. Di ba? And in so doing, itong mga patients, including the significant others, ang feeling nila parang, oh, andito ako dapat asikasuhin nyo ako, something like
Yeah,
that.
I always
Yeah.
tell them, you serve with a smile, you're compassionate,
Yes, opo.
you touch them. During our time, we touch patients. That's why we call it the healing touch, the healing hands.
Ngayon lang, ma'am, nagkaiba, no?
That's why if I do my rounds, even before pandemic, I do my rounds. 24/7 ako in CBMC. That's my career is my passion. My work is my passion.
Okay.
I'm not from Tuguegarao. What will I do after 5?
Yes.
So I have to run there wholeheartedly.
And then another thing, ma'am, being a head, no? Sometimes kasi even if you are at home, hindi naman tumitigil yung
Of
cellphone
course.
natin, di ba? O, sir,
Yeah.
ano, ganyan. Ma'am, ano po? Because of the referrals, that's why, ito nga yung sinasabi ko, madalas po sinasabi nila, swerte kayo dahil mga head kayo, ang tataas ng sahod nyo. But remember, ang
24/7.
binabayaran sa amin, di ba ma'am? Ang binabayaran sa amin is our quality of decisions.
Yes.
The quality of decisions that we do, it's something na binabayaran ng mataas.
Of course.
Because hindi lahat, ma'am, di
the
ba?
accountability.
Correct.
Oo, the accountability.
So, ano po ito? Management 101. Itong sinasabi po namin sa
So the
inyo.
accountability, once you decide, I'm a participative leader.
Opo.
If I call the nurse managers, we have the nursing mancom. We have the nurse, aside from the mancom of the hospital,
Yes.
we have the nursing mancom. So I create, these are the nurse 3, 4, 5, 6. And one thing, when CBMC, when the implementing rules and regulations for a 1,000 bed capacity, not a class, we have reclassification. Nurse 6 before, automatic nurse 7.
Oh.
So the COH, Chief of Hospital 3, before is a medical center Chief 2. That is a director level. Since hospital, medical center Chief 2.
Yes, ma'am.
So the CMPS Chief Medical Professional Service, 1 before 2. Naging 2.
So, ibig sabihin, may...
Na-reclass. Nung
Na-reclass at
1,000.
umangat.
Oo.
Umangat siya, ma'am.
Nag-automatic yun eh.
Opo. Ma'am, in relation to that, no, kasi madalas naririnig na, especially during the pandemic. In fact, ang tawag nga sa inyo, mga heroes. The
Frontline
yes,
heroes.
the frontline heroes. Yung mga modern heroes.
Modern heroes.
Kaya lang, there is this issue of kulang sa bayad, underpaid. How do you take that, ma'am?
Well, since the hospital is a Department of Health, so once the budget of the government, the whole of the Philippines, automatic the budget for the hospital is there. The salary, the equipments, benefits, naka-built in na dyan.
Naka-built in. So, ibig
Oo.
sabihin, ma'am, for those who are working in a public hospital, walang problema.
Sana, I'm talking about
Yes,
CBS.
sa CVMC. How about the others, ma'am?
Yun nga, especially this time, the salary grade 15 for nurse 1
Yeah,
is already approved.
I happen to read that because doon sa batas ninyo talagang salary grade 15 ang nurse
From
1.
11 to 15.
Yes po.
So now, na-implement na sa DOH, no? Salary 15 na. So,
But how about those in the private?
yun nga, it depends on the availability of funds,
Of funds.
especially the LGU.
Yeah.
So, during the convention, they asked, since that is a Republic Act, the salary grade 15. So, ang may problema ngayon, what happened to the private? So, it depends on the availability of funds.
And the capacity of
The
the
capacity.
hospitals to pay.
Yes.
Oh, you cannot also tell them, kailangan yung bayaran ito. Kasi kung wala naman talaga, di ba ma'am?
That's right.
Yeah. So, it's still a lingering problem right
Yeah.
now.
But to the hospital, I believe
Wala.
there is a SRA, there is allowance.
Yes.
During COVID, there is now the OCA, the one COVID allowance. So even job orders receive that.
Oh.
Oo.
So, ibig sabihin po, just to tell din, kasi minsan, the media would parang pinapalabas din na ganun kaawa-awa, something like that. But in a way, the government is also
Trying
doing,
their best.
trying its
Oo.
best na to respond to this need.
That's
no?
right.
So,
So, sometimes there are also delay because of alam mo naman ang budget.
Opo.
So by and by, at the end of the day, they will give that.
Okay.
They will give that. And I think you're talking about the field of nursing.
Yes po.
Yeah, there are many fields of nursing. Like, you can be an administrator, the academe or hospital. Or you can be a private duty nurse, occupational nurse to the different factories or companies. You can be a military nurse. You can be public health nurse. You can be a clinic nurse.
Okay. So, marami po. No?
And the specialty for that, these are the fields. The specialty, that's why in the hospital, we see to it that we have to rotate the nurses.
So
It's
that
part
they can,
of the retooling.
yes,
Oo.
ma'am. So they can
They
understand.
can feel where they belong.
Okay.
They can choose. You can be at OB-ward, you can be at PEDSA, you can be at the medical, you can be at psych, behavioralist.
Okay.
Yung behavioral medicine ang psych. No?
Opo.
So, surgery, ortho, NICU, OR. We have the special areas. We have the major wards.
Yan.
Yeah.
Okay. So, ang dami na nating natututunan right now. And sa amin pong pagbabalik sa ating last part, ay tatalakayin na natin yung mga learnings naman na pwedeng ibigay sa atin ni ma'am, or i-share sa atin, especially those who are deciding to become a nurse or those who are already in the profession but lacking inspiration. Yan ang babalikan po natin mamaya sa pagbabalik po namin sa episode na to.
Ang programang ito ay hatid sa inyo ng Cagayan Provincial Learning and Resource Center. Study tips ni Gov. Mamba. Iwasang magbabad sa gadgets. Pagpahingain ng inyong mata upang hindi ito masira. Huwag isabay o ubusin ang oras sa paglalaro ng online games upang mas makapag-focus sa iyong pag-aaral at magawa ang iyong assignment.
Ngayon po sa ating huling bahagi ng ating pong talakayan, tanungin natin si ma'am. Hinggil naman po doon sa yung mga aral na gusto niyang ibahagi sa atin. But prior to that po, gusto nating tanungin si ma'am, being a nurse na nasubukan niya sa hospital, sa ibang mga aspeto, ma'am, kumusta yung naging buhay ng family ninyo? Along the way, as you do your work as a nurse, may mga nasakripisyo din ba na aspeto, like yung oras mo sa family mo, mga ganon? O how did you manage all of this along the way, ma'am?
Oh yeah, of course, anak. We always say family first. But at times, there also work.
Yes, work first talaga.
So, I think the sacrifice there, I'm away from my family. So, as I do every Saturday or Friday night, I have to go to Manila. And Sunday afternoon, I have to come back to Quezon. So, yun lang. But my daughter understands. She understands. We communicate. It's good we have the video call right now. So, they're also my family, my mother, thank God she's alive, 94 years old.
Oh, 94 years old.
Yeah, so I have to visit her also.
In Gonzaga, ma'am? Or...
In fact, I requested her to come home because she stayed with my youngest sister in Manila before.
Oh, okay.
So at least dito,
Nababantayan
dyan
mo
ako.
rin, ma'am. Opo.
Yeah.
Yes.
Especially kung yung mga MRI, ganyan. So we have to avail also of the services of CBNC.
Opo.
Isa yung private to, ano. So
Opo.
I wish for long life.
Yes, ma'am. Ngayon po, tingin niyo, ma'am, with how many years of experience as a nurse by profession, ano po yung mga aral na gusto niyong i-share sa ating pong mga manonood, especially those who are wanting to become nurse by profession later and those na nandito na pero sabi ko nga kulang sa inspirasyon. Siguro, ma'am, yung ano muna, yung mga gusto muna. Mamaya na natin yung nandyan na. Sige, ma'am. Go ahead po.
Yung aspiring to become a
Yes,
nurse?
opo.
Oo.
Anong maa-advise niyo po sa kanila?
So, kung gusto niyo maging nurse, dapat sa puso pa lang, gusto niyo maging nurse. So, to take care of the patients, you consider them as your parents, and you don't expect anything in return from them. So, stay blessed. I always say, touch more lives and be a blessing to everyone. I always tell that in the flag ceremony. That is my hashtag, ano? Continue touching lives and be a blessing to everyone. So until now, they always say retirement is a closure, but I don't think so. Because you continue helping people. Even in the middle of the night, they refer, Mom, okay, you can just proceed to CBNC.
Yeah. And now,
CBNC is 24 hours.
opo, and now, ma'am, you are one of the consultants of the governor,
Oh,
di ba?
thank God. Thank you, God.
Yeah. So, that
Thank
would
you, Art.
only mean talaga na, ma'am, na yung pong credibility ninyo is hindi po siya matatawaran because for somebody, for a high politician to trust you and give you the chance to be consulted, that's something. Opo.
That's why I thank you very much, our dear beloved the Honorable Manuel Noveno Mamba. Thank you, sir, for the trust and confidence. I'm here for you.
Yeah.
At your service, my
Opo.
fellow Cagayanos.
So, balik tayo, ma'am, doon. Doon naman sa mga nurse na kulang sa inspirasyon.
Oh.
Ano naman yung mapapayo niyo sa kanila, ma'am?
Yung mga nurses na kulang sa inspirasyon, first of all, at your age, fall in love. Kasi inspiration. But
Yes, ma'am.
don't,
Opo.
if you are not serious about it, so wag muna kayong, pili muna kayo lahat. You choose. Sabi nga nila, collect and collect.
Then select.
Then select.
Oo.
So, and huwag isipin yung sweldo. Ako, I never asked for my salary. Even when I started working,
Yes,
I
ma'am.
never asked. Kasi there are people who ask, magkano? How much? I never asked because this is my profession. So at your service, I always say, at your service. So try and try. You apply. Baka kulang lang kayo ng tao na
Magti-trigger.
magti-trigger. So, you can keep in touch with me. So, I can,
Andyan si
in
ma'am.
my humble capacity, I can help you.
Yes.
So, especially now,
Opo.
ang daming plantilla ng CBNC, ano?
And even in the provincial government,
the
ma'am,
provincial
marami.
government.
Oo,
Oo.
yes.
Ang
po.
dami-dami. Actually, during the recent 100 years anniversary, National Convention for the Philippine Nurses,
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
I saw it in
the president was the guest of honor.
Yeah.
So, according to him, he will increase his salary. Nako, nag-react ang mga private,
Oo.
and the LGUs. Sana may counterpart ng national.
Ng national government. Yes, ma'am.
And then, yung somebody presented it. PRC reported there are 600,000 plus in the Philippines right now.
Licensed nurse, ma'am.
Yeah, pero aside from the outside, yung those who went for greener pasture, so 300 plus employed. So there is no shortage of nurses in the Philippines. There is, yun lang, no job to, no vacancies.
To apply on.
So, sabi ko, you can, because they already stopped the volunteer program Because according to them, that was Secretary Ona then, when he stopped this volunteer. It's good for the volunteer service kasi you can give them certification staff, nurse, so that they can use it for abroad, So they stopped it because some hospitals, especially specialty hospitals, they charge. But to us, never. Even a single cent. In fact, they can help us. At the end of the day, 2 years, 3 years before, nung wala pang yung scarcity of plantilla positions before, we can give them a certification to the staff nurse. So this is a passport. They can use this as experience in going abroad. So now, many nurses coming back for good. Pagod na sila sa pandemic.
abroad, yes, ma'am.
So, and many people for a greener pasture.
They really go outside
Yeah.
the country, ma'am.
When the nurses come to me and say, "Mom, you are leaving," I feel ambivalent. I feel sad because we train them, they are assets. We send them to special courses and specialty hospitals. But the return of investment, naibigay naman kasi they've been there. So, I'm happy because this is the career path. This is a greener pasture for them. So, professional growth, So, marami.
So anyway, sige
Successful
ma'am.
nurse.
Siguro the last question, no? What's your message to all those who are watching us right now, ma'am? As regards the nursing profession, as regards the kind of work that you have, as regards the supposed to be expectation of everyone for a nurse.
So, my piece of advice, you let your work as your passion, your career as your passion. Learn to love your work, because when you learn to love your work, when you love your work, you don't feel guilty about it. Stress-free, because you're giving what is best in you. And one thing, integrity.
Integrity.
Once integrity there, it will,
Everything will fall down into place.
So start it good so that you end your
Your
work,
career.
your career in a better or excellent way.
Yes.
Love your work. You extra mile, yun ang very important.
Do extra mile, no?
Do extra mile services.
Yes.
So it's not only because you work for 8 to 5, 7 to 3, 3 to 11, but you have to, that's why sabi ko nga, your work is your passion. No? You have to work after office hour,
And
anytime, 24/7.
Yeah.
Ako kasi I work 24/7.
yes,
I never sleep. Sometimes 2 hours. I even sleep at the hospital, at the office, just to let them feel I'm around, even especially during pandemic.
pandemic, ma'am.
Nung without pandemic, prior to pandemic, I do my rounds. 12 midnight, 2 a.m., 4 a.m. As I said, what will I do in Tuguegarao? I'm not from Tuguegarao. Though I miss my social life, but
Okay lang.
I'm
ma'am.
married to the profession. Okay lang.
So what you were saying, ma'am, is marry your profession so that you will love it the way it should be.
Yes. Oh, sa heartily, sincerely, lahat. You are not only after your salary, but ipapuso mo
Yeah.
at your service to a nurse, to serve humanity. That is our international motto.
Yeah. Serve humanity, no?
International motto.
So, siguro naman lahat po ng profession, yun talaga ang international motto ng lahat, no?
Yeah, to serve humanity.
Anyway, thank you very much, ma'am. But before we end our show, no? Punta muna tayo sa fast talk.
Yeah, basta.
Yes, hindi po pwedeng mawawala ito sa aming pong programa, ma'am, no? Okay. Unang tanong, ma'am, kung ikaw ay aklat, anong genre ka? Anong klase ka ng libro?
History.
History. Okay. Oh, kaya kanina na nakita po natin nagre-relate si ma'am ng history ng nursing. Pangalawa, ma'am, kung bibigyan ka ng pagkakataon na bigyan ng title yung libro mo, ano yung title ng book?
I'm a nurse.
I'm a nurse. O yan, baka pwede na magsulat si ma'am later on ng kanyang libro. Next question, kung aklat ka, anong gusto mo, makapal o manipis?
Manipis.
Manipis lang.
Oh, manipis para
Madaling basahin,
madaling
ma'am.
basahin.
Okay.
Mas maipapuso.
Okay. Next, ma'am, kung ikaw ay parte ng libro, anong parte ka?
Summary.
Summary. O, kasi pag yung summary po, nandun na lahat.
Oh,
Okay. And last, ma'am, soft-bound or hard-bound?
soft.
Soft. Okay. Kasi soft si ma'am. Soft-spoken kasi si ma'am. Ayan po, maraming salamat, ma'am, sa oras na ibinigay po ninyo sa amin. At sa lahat po ng manonood on behalf of the Provincial Government of Cagayan, headed by our Governor Manuel N. Mamba. Kami po ay nagpapasalamat unang-una sa inyo, ma'am,
Thank you
bilang
very much.
aming guest, no? At sa lahat po ng mga nanonood, mag-comment po kayo kung ano pong gusto po ninyong next na topic namin, ano? Para sa ganon, malaman po namin kung ano po yung sa loobin din po ninyo, no? Kung sino yung mga next na i-interviewin namin, mag-comment lang po kayo. At with this, maraming salamat po sa inyong panonood. At stay safe, mag-ingat po tayong lahat. Magandang hapon po sa atin.
Thank you very much. Thank you.